Have you ever been in a situation where you had no idea what someone was thinking? Maybe you asked them and they gave you a vague response that didn't really mean anything, or maybe they didn't say anything at all. It can be extremely frustrating when you feel like you have no way of knowing what someone is thinking because it makes it difficult to understand their behavior and predict how they might react in certain situations. There are times when it would be very beneficial if you had this type of insight into other people's minds, such as during job interviews, while meeting new friends, or even just in everyday conversations. Fortunately for you, there are a few simple tricks that you can use to read almost anyone's mind with an impressive level of accuracy. So long as you keep a keen eye out for these subtle signs, you will be able to tell exactly what everyone around you is thinking in no time at all. Before we get started, remember to hit that like button for more videos. Also, stick around until the end to learn some of the most important dark psychology tricks. Here are 12 ways to read anyone's mind using dark psychology. Number 12, the Pinocchio reaction. This is an extremely easy trick to pull off and requires little more than observation of your conversation partner's facial expressions. Basically, if they are lying to you, their nose will start to grow just like Pinocchio's. Of course, it won't be literally growing, but they will display a number of common micro-expressions that indicate they are being dishonest. According to multiple studies, the most common micro-expression of lying is an involuntary twitch of the nose. So, if you notice someone's nose involuntarily twitching, then chances are they are trying to hide something from you. You can also look out for a rapid blinking, which is another sign of deception. If they begin to blink rapidly, then odds are they are hiding something from you. No. 11. Eye contact. Looking someone in the eyes while talking to them is a sign of trustworthiness and honesty. However, there are instances where avoiding eye contact is actually a sign of dishonesty. Research published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology found that people who engage in self-focused attention, such as staring at their own forearms while talking to someone else, are less likely to be trustworthy and more likely to lie. And those who engage in other focused attention, such as looking the person they're speaking to in the eye, were more trustworthy. This means that making eye contact while talking to someone is a surefire way to tell whether or not they are being honest. Number 10. Voice changes. Our voices can reveal a lot about us and our emotions. In fact, studies have shown that people can accurately tell whether or not someone is smiling simply by listening to the tone of their voice. If you notice that someone's voice suddenly changes while they are talking to you, it may be a sign that they are hiding something. For example, if they start speaking in a higher pitch, it could mean that they are nervous. Or if their voice suddenly becomes lower, it could indicate anger or aggression. Pay close attention to any sudden changes in tone and try to determine what emotion is being expressed. If their voice cracks or becomes shaky, they may be feeling guilty or ashamed. 9. Tone. In addition to paying attention to changes in someone's voice, you should also pay attention to the tone of their voice. A person's tone of voice can tell you a lot about what they are thinking, even if their words don't. For example, if someone asks you how you are and you respond with a flat tone of voice, they will know that you are not really interested in continuing the conversation. However, if you use a rising tone of voice, they will think that you want to chat. The same goes for when someone tells you a joke. If you laugh at it, then they will know that you found it funny. But if you use a deadpan tone, then they will think that you didn't appreciate the joke. Number 8. Words. The words we use can also reveal a lot about us. For example, if someone uses big, complicated words, they may be trying to impress you. On the other hand, if they use simple words, they may be trying to connect with you on a more basic level. If you want to know what someone is thinking, pay attention to the words they use. Do they use positive or negative words? Are they using words that are related to a certain topic? By paying attention to the words someone uses, you can gain insight into what they are thinking. Number 7. Gestures. In addition to the words we use, Our gestures can also reveal a lot about us. For example, if someone crosses their arms, they may be closed off and not wanting to talk. If they uncross their arms, they may be more open and receptive to conversation. If you want to know what someone is thinking, pay attention to their gestures. Are their arms crossed? Are they taking up a lot of space? Are they making small gestures? All of these things can give you insight into what someone is thinking. Number 6, body language. Body language is another key indicator of what someone is thinking. For example, if someone is sitting with their legs crossed, they may be confident and relaxed. If they are fidgeting, they may be nervous or uncomfortable. If you want to know what someone is thinking, pay attention to their body language. Are they sitting in a relaxed or closed-off position? Are they making eye contact? Are they smiling or frowning? All of these things can give you insight into what someone is thinking. No. 5. Facial expressions. Facial expressions are perhaps the most obvious sign of what someone is thinking. A smile usually means happiness, while a frown usually means sadness or anger. However, facial expressions can be deceiving. Sometimes people smile when they are feeling sad or frown when they are feeling happy. That's why it's important to pay attention to other cues, such as body language and tone of voice, to get a better sense of what someone is thinking. For example, if someone is smiling but their eyes are sad, they may be feeling fake happiness. No. 4. Touch. When someone touches you, it is important to pay attention to where they touch you and how they touch you. If someone touches you on the arm or shoulder, it is likely that they are trying to be friendly or make conversation. However, if they touch you on the chest or face, it may be a sign of sexual interest. If you want to know what someone is thinking, pay attention to the way they touch you. Are they touching you on the arm or shoulder, or are they touching you in a more intimate way? No. 3. Personal space. In addition to the way someone touches you, you should also pay attention to the amount of personal space they need. Some people need a lot of personal space, while others prefer to be closer to the people they are talking to. If someone is standing or sitting very close to you, it may be a sign that they are interested in you or what you have to say. However, if they are keeping a large amount of distance between the two of you, it may mean that they are uninterested or that they are feeling uncomfortable. No. 2. Observe their speech patterns. Have you ever noticed how people tend to speak differently when they are trying to hide something? They may start using longer or more complex sentences, or they may start speaking more quickly. They may also avoid using certain words or phrases. By paying attention to how someone speaks, you can often get a good sense of what they are thinking. For example, if someone starts speaking in a monotone voice, they may be bored or disinterested in the conversation. If they start speaking rapidly, they may be nervous or anxious. No. 1. Ask questions. Asking questions is one of the best ways to get inside someone's head. When you ask questions, you are showing an interest in the person and what they have to say. This often leads to the person being more open and honest in their responses. Additionally, by asking questions, you are able to control the conversation and steer it in the direction you want it to go. This can be especially useful when trying to get someone to open up about their thoughts and feelings. By asking the right questions, you can get someone talking and eventually they will reveal what they are thinking. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and comment below for more content. Subscribe for more videos. Thank you for watching.